imagine that. Yes, I love it. Yes, I love it. I'm a runway girl, take it from it.
Oh, R&B Saint Laurent is my friend.
Model, and you know I can win.
When you look at me, when you look at me, I'm the hottest girl in this room.
Yes, Delane is outstanding actor, dance instructor, and singer, and Vaughn, who is also an outstanding musician. So we're going to start off with Delane first, and Delane is going to tell us all about who he is, what he have done, and where he's at today. And then we would take it from there and go into his music and etc. Hello, Delane.
Hi, Gigi. Nice seeing you again.
It's a blessing seeing you, sweetie. Tell us about what you've been doing, who you are.
My full name is Roy Delane Vaughn. Roy meaning king, and Delane meaning of wool. And Vaughn is spelled V-A-U-G-H-N as opposed to V-A-U-G-H-A-N. I found out the difference in that is that most families who have the name of the spelling of Vaughn and spells it with an A-N are Caucasians, but those who have the spelling H-N are African American or black, which is interesting tidbit.
Yes, it is. So,
I was born May 5th in Sumter, South Carolina, and I was born at close to midnight, which gave me the birth date of 5/6. My mother always said that it was the 5th, but the birth certificate says the 6th. So I split the difference and celebrate both days.
hello. Well, that's beautiful. I mean, hey, that's great because I celebrate a whole month on my birthday.
Yes, yes.
So you earned it, baby. You do it twice. That is still beautiful. Okay.
Yes.
So,
yes.
but remember, you got extra days. You can continue on for that full month.
True. And we're still in May now, so actually, this is still my birthday. If I can take the whole month.
Happy birthday to you, sweetie.
Thank you. And maybe this is a gift, being at it's in May.
It's a blessed gift for sure. So tell us about you.
And this is my first time on Zoom doing such an interview and performance. So I'm excited and that I'm venturing into new territory.
Beautiful. And
go ahead.
And it's perfect because Zoom all over the world, so people could see you. They see Delane Vaughn. I mean, it's different. We see your movies, we see that, and your videos that you've done. But to see you live and talking from where you are to where we are is a marvelous thing. So tell us more.
Oh, thank you. Well, I started performing when I was a kid. I remember my first song that I sang was for my mother. And she wanted me to sing, she would always ask me to sing the Everly Brothers song, Dream, Dream, Dream. And she would ask me, she says, Roy, could you sing that song for me that I really love? I said, Mom, which song are you talking about? Rather, I would say Mama, because that's what I was called. And she said, okay. I said, okay, that's what you want me to do. And I would start singing the song. Dream, 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 when I see you in my arms and I hold you with all your charms whenever I want you. Every time I do, I dream. Anyway, my mom would smile and she would go, "How nice!" She would smile, would bring her a big smile, and she just loved it. And God bless her because she went to be with the Lord last year. Yeah.
Oh, you got my condolences from my heart.
Yes, thank you. And
so tell us about the movies you were in.
Okay. Well, the first movie that I performed in as a film was called The Same Old Sweet Song. and it was in Atlanta, Georgia, and it was starring Cicely Tyson and Robert Hooks. And it was interesting because I got the movie because I was with the modeling agency who sent me on an audition, and I ended up getting the part. And that's how I got my SAG card, by the way.
Hey,
So,
all right.
and from that point on, I said, okay, I'm on my way to Hollywood. Let's go.
All right.
And I ended up here, and after that, the next movie I got after arriving in Hollywood was a movie with Rudy Ray Moore called Disco Godfather, in which I danced in the movie as a featured dancer. I still have a copy of that movie now. And the next movie I got was in a movie called 48 Hours. And there was this guy in the movie named, I said, who's starring in this movie, by the way? He says, you don't know that's Eddie Murphy. I said, Eddie Murphy, who is he? Oh, this is
I know, that is funny. Go ahead. I can hear Eddie laughing too, you know.
And they said, yo, he started, and he's a comedic actor on Saturday Night Live, which I never watched at that particular time. I said, oh, really? I said, well, he's kind of short to be a movie star. Yeah, so, and then I got credits after that with Highway to Heaven with Michael Landon. I got co-starred in his television series. Then from that, it was Matlock and a host of other television series and small roles in different movies, Starman and et cetera, et cetera. Lots of movies until I got a movie called, what was it? I think it was called, one of my first starring roles was a movie called One My Valentine.
Hey, I was waiting for that.
I think that movie was produced by you.
Hey! That's what I'm talking about.
and really, that was a true blessing because that was the first film that I actually starred in with two characters.
Two
I
characters.
played the Jamaican and I played a singer. And
Yes,
it was because one of your actors flaked. And you thought you'd ask me whether I could do his role, and I did, and that's how that happened.
Yes, it did, and I can vote this for you. I saw your resume along with your videos, and I knew you could play any part. You know, I could see you playing 3 and 4 characters. You know, in the same flick. I really can because you're really so versatile, and that's outstanding. And superstars get that. And you was born, that goes to show you why your mother chose those names. Okay. It goes back to that. So
thank you very much.
You are so welcome. There's one, what's it called? Tomcat, the video that's so hot, got millions of hits.
Oh yeah, that's Thundercat's video. Them Changes was the first one.
Outstanding.
And I played a guy who loses his arms.
Tell us about that. I would like to know
well,
the scenario.
Well, the video itself was basically them changes that we go through life having dramatic changes sometimes, and sometimes the changes are very tragic. And this particular guy, had fantasies of being a samurai warrior. So he worked with he actually dealt with swords a lot, even in his childhood. And in this particular situation, he lost his arms and had to depend on others, which is kind of interesting because it kind of reflected on my life a little bit, because I'm a caregiver for my wife who has Alzheimer's, and I feel that she has lost not only her arms but her brain and everything else, and I have been, I would say, actually fortunate enough to be a caregiver. And I say that because I found out that it built a character in me that I didn't know that I had. And I know that God, in His wonderful way of thinking, He sends us challenges in life that we deem sometimes challenges, but are actually pearls. And they're pearls because they show us another way of living that's not about the material. It's really about the heart. It's really about the heart. It's really about knowing and understanding wisdom and patience and understanding and putting someone else before you. You become secondary in caring for someone else.
Yes, sweetie.
And I just think that is an incredible message.
Yes,
to
look,
mankind.
I can relate to that because what was it, years ago, before Ruth, your wife, gotten really that Alzheimer's took a toll on her, because I could not believe she even had it. She didn't. I don't think she totally, it sank in her head, because she started laughing when she told me she had Alzheimer's. But to watch her go through the changes that she did. But I asked her, I said, how did you meet Delane? He's such a good husband. And she said, I prayed, Gigi. I made it my business. I wasn't going to date another man until God sent him to me. And I said, how did you know? She said, I felt it in my heart. And what you're saying right now, God already knew. He knew. He had prepared you. He knew you were going to be the perfect husband for her. And yes, all of that is part of your learning.
Exactly.
Your lessons and all on earth, right. And it's beautiful. You're following through. Everybody can't do it. So it goes to show you that the Spirit, the Holy Spirit is there, and you fulfilling it by following the heart, your heart, where the God really, the
following
Spirit,
the heart.
That's
exactly right.
Beautiful.
And I have to give all praises to Him, because I couldn't do without His strength and His guidance. And Him guiding the right people into my life to help me with this journey, because I could not ever have done it alone.
I understand. We all understand.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And she's still right here, and I'm still caring for her. So it's every day. I learned also that it's living day by day, moment by moment, is what life is about. There's two things in life you cannot change, and that's yesterday and tomorrow.
Hey.
Only what we have is today, and to live today to your fullest abilities.
And you also lived the vows. You made about vows for better, for worse. Thick or thin. And everybody can't do that, so that is another plus for you. Thank you for being the man that you are. And I'm so sure everybody, the audience, is saying the same thing. You are truly blessed. Yes. Go ahead. I didn't want to talk too much because I get carried away here. Finish telling us.
All right. So, but I also want to emphasize my theater background, because theater has been very important in my life and my development as an artist. We always think about the films, but you always have to realize that the foundation of an actor is theater. And I did a lot of theater. I've done Shakespeare, I've done Othello, I've done a Greek tragedy. What was that? I can't think of it at the moment. It'll come to me later. But I've done comedies, I've done tragedies, I've done musicals, and speaking of which, I produced some of my own theater pieces. And one was a theater piece about Miles Davis, which was a one-man show in which I did play several different characters.
Yes, I did, and I remember going to, I saw one of your shows.
Yes.
Doing Miles Davis, yes, I did.
The theater is a building block, I would tell any actor, because a lot of times people come to Hollywood pursuing a career as an actor, but they don't think about doing theater, they only think about going to film. for some odd reason. But the best actors came out of the theater, all of them. Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman. I remember seeing him in a theater production years and years ago before he became a famous actor. And it is such a true art form because you get the appreciation right away about what kind of job you're doing. The audience tells you, then they don't lie. You're on stage and they'll tell you how you're doing. There is no going cut and let's take that again. It's live, it's really live, and it goes moment to moment, and every show is different, and that's amazing.
And that's a beautiful thing, and I'm so proud of you for everything that you're doing. And before we leave and get into your music, I understand that you've been doing a documentary on Ruth, your wife, from the day one of this all time, because I know it's going to be an outstanding movie and a good lesson, or learning and love, and all of that's going to be in there. So can you say a little bit about that, because you are producing this?
Well, I have been, it started with me just writing, journaling, because writing is an amazing tool in order for you to understand yourself and your life challenges and what you're going through, and to help you to remember. Because I can go back and read and go, wow, yeah, I did that, or this happened. When I realized that she had Alzheimer's, I wrote it down, and I could go back and remember the day that it happened, and I can remember the conversation that we had, and the commitment that she made to keep fighting, and my commitment to support her in that battle and in that fight. So, and from that point on, I have books and journals that I've been writing for quite a few years. And those have turned into also me videotaping. Once I realized that I needed visuals to support that, being an actor, because she was a writer.
Yes,
she was a writer herself. She wrote. She, as a matter of fact, she has got her master's degree in writing over at USC. And she was valedictorian of her class in Dallas, Texas. She worked for ABC News. She worked for ABC Entertainment. She was head of the news department in research with Barbara Walters back in the day.
Look at that.
So I learned so much from her, and she supported me with her knowledge, and her support of me, because she always supported me with my career.
Yes.
And if it wasn't for her, I have to say, I wouldn't be where I am as far as an artist is concerned, because every time I prepared for a part, she would help me prepare for that audition. And she was a taskmaster too. And sometimes I hated working with her because she wouldn't let me get away with anything. She was like,
that's the way it's
do it
supposed
again.
to be.
No, do it again. No, do it again. I said, God, how many times do I have to do it? I mean, she would make me sweat. She would actually piss me off sometimes because I was like, come on, it's enough. But no, she was like that. And I appreciate that. Sometimes you don't realize something until years later. And I appreciate the fact that she actually did that, because it made me a better artist, a better person, and a better teacher to others as I teach people. Delane's dance. DELANE''S dance. And that's on
That
Instagram.
note, Delane, would you please do a 3-song first? Or possible, if possible, 3.
Okay. So let's gear one up. Okay. You know, I must say that before I start the song is that you know, we're living in very turbulent times, and you can't live in these times without really understanding the reality of where we're living. These are not, you know, these are not times that one can look away from. These are times that have been talked about forever. And some of these things that are happening have been prophesized. So when I do music, I'm a messenger that bring a message. And it's up to each individual to decipher the message and to decide for themselves how the message affects them, you know. But as you've heard the saying, don't shoot the messenger.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
All right, now. Again, thank you. While Delane is preparing his song, I want to give thanks to everyone who have tuned in and staying with us. This is our 6th show, so that is a blessing. So thank you again for tuning in. I am the new set. Delane Vaughn.
You know, last night, I was so depressed that I turned to the good book, and I turned to the book of Revelations. And I think that if people would just turn to the good book and read it and apply it to everyday life, they could really straighten up sometimes and maybe see a right path. Solicitors, brothers in the whites, blacks and the crackers, police and your backers, your own political hackers. Hurry! People running from the words, all the juries, they take as partly fraud. Jack Crow, love, bustin' and a cussin', a feeling I was kid, for peace and one is with, and it makes me a feeling everybody's fault. They use the pill and the dope.
All right now.
Educated fools from an educated school. Pimping people is your rule. Polluting water in the pool.
All right now.
And Nixon talking about don't worry. Bush say don't worry. Clinton say don't worry. Biden say don't worry.
Yes, Lord.
One more time. Let's hit it. You gotta hear it again. That's what I think. Here we go.
All right now.
Again. Last night, let me talk to you. I was so depressed that I turned to the good book, and I turned to the book of Revelations. And if people would just get the book and read it and apply it to their everyday life, they could see things a lot straighter. Sisters, brothers in the whites, blacks and the crackers, police and your backers, your political actors. People running from their words because you can't run. While the judge and the juries, they take the law that's partly flawed. You know, in our day and time, we have to look at the news. We have to wonder what is going on. We have to wonder that. Do you sometimes wonder? Just ask yourself that question. And do you wonder sometimes what's right and what's wrong? Because sometimes we see things that we see and they're telling us we didn't see them. Come on now.
Hey.
You have eyes, I have eyes.
Hey now.
We have to see. That's what I'm saying.
All right. So true.
Everybody stone, 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 stone. They use the pill and the dope.
Hey.
Educated fools from an educated school. Hipping people is your rule. Polluting water in the pools. And Trump saying, don't worry. He said, don't worry. There be no show. And if there's hell below, we're all gonna go. Because we're all a part of this. We're all a part of the pattern that makes the world go round. We're all a part of the pattern that makes the United States, that's supposed to be the United States, the divided states of America. Statue of Liberty is about everybody being welcome here. And we're missing that message. We've missed it for so long. Some of us have been so depressed and oppressed for so many years. And we are fighting for change. And people like Curtis Mayfield, who wrote this song, knew that back then in the 70s. But yet we are still where we are. What's going on? We're 2021, baby.
Yes, yes.
Hey,
yes.
come on now. I'm telling you, know what we're gonna do if everything I say is true. There ain't no way we're gonna make it if we keep going the way that we're going. We gotta change our ways. We gotta change our ways. That's what people are crying about. The lady over whose son died in the insurrection begged Congress to please start congressional investigation. They voted her down. She said, my son died for righteousness. And where are we going here? Everybody praying. And everybody saying. But when it comes time to do,
Hey.
everybody's laying. Just talking about, don't worry. Bobby McFerrin said, don't worry, be happy. No. You can't don't worry, be happy. Not these days.
Yes,
You
yes.
got me?
Yes.
All right.
Hey, now. Hey. All right. Give applause for that. Hey. Nice.
Hello. Okay, what else would I ask?
Would you do another two? Well, you got two more. You're going to do three for us, right?
Oh, you want me to come back to
I
back?
want you to do another one.
Okay. All right. Well, you know, I've been paying. When I was young, I wasn't aware as I didn't have the consciousness that I have now. You know, I was like everybody else. I might talk to someone and they go, I'll say, did you vote? And they say, no, I'm not voting. I said, why? They said, because vote for what? It doesn't make a difference. And I don't know whether I was ever like that, but I know I didn't. There was a time that I didn't pay attention to politics. But now I am what you call woke. my eyes see, my ears hear. And as an artist, I feel that whatever I do has to have some type of message to help mankind, because we as artists, we're here to help. We're here to advance mankind. That's why I think when fascism takes place, that the first thing they do is they take away the art, take away your creativity, because we are messengers, and we have strong platform that I feel that we have to, that they want to take that away, because that's a power. And it has nothing to do with financial power, because see, people get it twisted. They think financial power is it, and they're so wrong. It's not about the financial power. It's about the human being power, the human nature power. That's what it's about. Okay.
Amen. I agree with you on that. Again, thank you for tuning in to I Am The New Set. And Delane is preparing to bring us his second song. And we're excited here. I mean, he's done a very good job. He did that was a Curtis Mayfield, and which was also an outstanding artist. And that was a very serious message that Delane had just delivered. And here we go again. Here he comes again, Delane Vaughn.
Mother, there's too many of you crying. Brother, there's far too many of you dying. You know we got to find our way to bring some loving here today. Father, we don't need to escalate. You see, war is not the answer, for only love can conquer hate. You know we've got to find our way to bring some understanding here today. Pick it lines and pick it sides. Don't punish me with brutality. Talk to me so you can see what's going on. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Ask yourself. What's going on? What's going on? I tell you what's going on. Ow!
Right now. Hey, hey.
Ah.
Hey. Is that
Rockets, moonshots, spending on the have-nots. Money, we make it. Before we see it, you take it. Oh, makes me wanna holler the way they do my life. Yeah. Makes me wanna holler the way they do my life. This ain't living, this ain't living. No, no, baby, this ain't living. No, 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 no. Inflation, no chance to increase.
finance, I talk about money. Bills pile up, sky high.
Hey.
Send that boy off to die. Oh, makes me wanna holler the way they do my life. Yeah, makes me wanna holler the way they do my life. This ain't living, this ain't living. No, no, baby, this ain't living. No, 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 no. Now let me tell you something. Inner city blues makes me wanna holler. Can't stand the strain of the mighty dollar. I want this, they want that. But how can I get with inner city blues on my back? Wall Street's tripping me, flipping me. Interest rates so high they dipping me. Down so low, can't breathe, need air. Upstairs, downstairs, but there's nobody there. So I'm looking in the window, but nobody cares. No sympathies, no empathies, just curses and no mercies. Democrats and Republicans can't seem to get it together. They're at each other's throat like a coronavirus in bad weather. Damn, ain't it a shame that they can never, ever, ever sit at the conference table together? But politicians, they think they're so very, very clever. They're like two gangs fighting a turf war from opposite sides of the track. But they too ignorant to know that they're the ones that's holding us back. And we have to take up the slack. Tick tock, the clock is ticking. Tick tock, the clock is clicking. Maybe we're just running out of time. Or maybe it's just the sight of the time blowing my mind. Or maybe we're just too blind to know that our freedom is being wasted away. And that's the news for the day. You know, time is moving fast. And the middle class is a thing of the past. Time is running out. Maybe we need to figure out what it's all about. Oh, time is increasing. Trigger happy, policing. Panic is spreading.
All right now.
God knows where we're heading. Oh, makes me wanna holler, throw up both my hands. Oh, makes me wanna holler, throw up both my hands. Makes me wanna holler, throw up both my hands. Ow!
And right now. Hey.
Nothing has changed from 71 to right now because we got to make that change. We have got to make that change. Love's in need of love today. Don't delay. Send yours in right away. Hey, hate's going around, breaking many hearts. They're breaking many, many hearts. Stop it, please, before it's gone too far. I wanna say that love's in need. You can sing it. With love today. Don't delay. Send yours in right away. Hate's going around, breaking many hearts. It's breaking many, many hearts. Stop it, please.
Stop it, please.
Before we've gone too far.
Before we've gone too
I wanna say that love's in need of love today. Don't delay. Send yours in right away. Oh, hate's going around, breaking many hearts. It's breaking so many hearts. Stop it, please, before it's gone too far. I wanna say that love's in need of love today.
Hey.
Don't delay. Send yours in right away.
Hey, beautiful. Hey, Peter. Hey, thank you for that. You know, on that note, Delane, before you do your favorite snack, I want to ask you this question, which I've asked all of the artists on the show. But this one is a little bit different. Now we're opening up. Okay, and around the United States, they're opening up. And what is your suggestion? Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up too, because at the same time they're opening up, we're hearing about this new virus that's in India and other places. But what is your intake on that and your recommendation for people who is going to start, that's doing what we see doing right now? Everybody's excited and living what they're doing. Tell me, give us your insight on that.
I think that it's beautiful that we're getting a chance to open up. But that's for a reason. We're opening up because of the fact that there was a plan in place. We had a president that came in and said we are going to do A, B, C, and D to make it possible for us to open up. Some people might not agree with what the vaccination. I'll say it. I did get the vaccination because I feel it's important, because I'm out there in the world, and I don't want to bring it back home, because it would be detrimental to my family. So that's very important to me. And at the same time, I feel that it's important to protect others, and that we have a responsibility, because there's a saying that we are our brother's keeper.
Yes, we are.
And that sometimes that message has gotten lost in our society. So we have to love our brothers so much that we want to, again, as I said earlier, care for them as well as we care and love for ourselves, because we have to put others before us sometimes. That's one of the lessons I've learned about being a caregiver. So I think it's very important that we do that. Now, at the same time, it doesn't give us complete freedom to still go out there, because there is a pandemic still going on. And we don't want to go backwards, we want to go forward. So I think as we open up, that we just still have to be very, very careful and cognizant of our environment and the people that we are around, so that we can do our part. There was a song that I learned, because I went to a Catholic school, believe it or not. My mother sent me to Catholic school. And why? Because she sent me to Catholic school because she first of all felt, and I'm not a Catholic, by the way, I was never Catholic, but I went to Catholic school for 12 years. First of all, because I got in fights a lot while I was a kid at the public schools. Every day I would come home and I would have bruises all over, and my father would say, "What happened to you now, boy?" And one day I came, my neck was crooked over to the side, and he said, "Boy, what did you do this time?" And I said, "Well, they was trying to take my lunch money, and I was fighting, and the guy judo chopped me on my neck." And so my mother said, "That's it. You're going to take you out of the public school, and you're going to the Catholic school." So the nuns were really amazing, and this is a good part of my history also, because they were also the first ones to notice my talent. They were the first ones to notice that I was a good dancer, for instance. Just at the school parties, they said, "Man, this guy can dance." So they were always encouraging me to dance. And they were the first ones to enter me. Okay, I'm going to admit this probably in public for the first time. I was in 7th grade, and they promoted me on condition from 6th grade to 7th grade that I go to summer school and study math, because I was sufficient in math. So I went to summer school, and I got in a play. I took a drama class, and they were casting for a play called, what was that? A Douglas Turner Award play called Day of Absence. Yeah. And it was the play was done in whiteface, black people doing whiteface, in which they woke up one morning and all the black people had left the town. Or as they called us, Negroes. Is and my character's name was Luke, and I never forget. He would say, Luke would get up here. He had white face on. He said, and it was Luke and Clem, and I played Luke, and I would go, Clem. He said, yeah, Luke. You know something strange about today. I said, well, what is that? Well, he says all the niggas are gone. Well, he said, well, where did they go to? Well, he said, I don't know, but they're gone, and what we gonna do now?
Okay.
Yeah. No. First of all, Douglas Turner Ward is a prolific playwright.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
And the play was on Broadway. Like the Blacks and plays like that, they were very strong plays that brought the message about racism back during those days, you know. But they were very. They played the Blacks. They played white with white face, and they would look down on the Blacks downstairs, you know. So this is true. So anyway, I got my first role in theater there, and that's important because when I came back to school, the nuns said, "Hey, we saw your play. You were really good in it, but you still flunked math, so you're gonna go back to the 6th grade."
Okay,
so the bottom line is, I had to go back, but the nuns pushed me. They were the first one. They sent me to New York. They made an audition for me to go to New York University and blah blah blah. Anyway, it's a long story, but they were the nuns were. But I brought that up actually not for that story, but to tell you about a song that I sang, that we sang. It says, "Let there be peace on earth, but let it begin with me." Because it's each person that has to start. Everybody always looks for the other person to start. But no, it has to start with each of us. Because with each of us, it's like a pebble. You throw the pebble in the water, and it makes a wave. And it moves all across the world. But unless each of us do that, we won't go anywhere. So each of us have to let there be peace on earth.
First started with me. Yes, let it begin with yourself, because the bottom line is, it's just like when a ship comes in. They say a ship comes in over a calm sea. And when a ship comes in, everybody who have recognized who they are, the peace within themselves, many millions are doing the same thing. So when that ship come in, everybody that's in that particular level of consciousness is on board, and it continue. And if I think that our Creator is giving us an opportunity before the second coming, if it and look like people won't change, but it looks like if they can get that peace within themselves, then maybe we won't have a second coming. But man is too busy fighting with himself that he's gonna wait. Let's keep this going on in the world. So perhaps that's right. If you got to start with yourself first. If you don't deal with yourself, then no, we will never see real peace, because we got too many levels of consciousness, and they've let that, not the dollar poor people just, oh my God, the poor dollar gets such a bad rap. Dollar got nothing to do, money got nothing to do with who you are and what you are about. People take money and make it out of greed, part of the 7 deadly sins. So, and that's when they manipulate, abuse, kill, steal, you just name it. They do this in the love of money, and that means there is no peace with themselves, because the more they get, the more they're gonna want. And when you wake, you gotta stay up all night trying to figure out, if somebody's going in your bank, or somebody's doing this, or somebody, you just hit $1 million, and you're worrying about that. You're in trouble.
Right,
and it looks like we're stuck there. They look like the world, not just the world, and that's what's going to bring this to me. The second coming is going to come back, because people is refusing to deal with their self. Because we're energies, and once we put that in divine order, we will all be in divine order. There is no, you know what? One thing I want to say right quick, because it just ran through my mind. I think our Creator gave us a perfect example of color. He gave this before we get to the human beings. There's the plants. There's we got the animals. We got Mother Nature. We got the trees, the plants. We got all of this come in beautiful colors. He gave us such example. Everything we create, all the furniture is in colors. Everything we have is in color. So how are you going to separate that from your inner self? If we're all colors, and that's what makes us beautiful. The rainbow. That's what makes us so beautiful. If we had everything all black and everything all black, hey, we would be miserable. And because to me, I am a color person. I love all colors. And not only that, I like it.
And we can see that. We can see that too. How many colors you got on your nail right there? On your nails.
I promise.
How many colors?
I got red, but I got all of these different other little colors. Little things. But I wear the hair. But that is an example of my spirit. That is my soul. I love colors, and I like to present and who I am, what I'm feeling inside. Colors makes me feel beautiful. When I look at you, I feel beautiful. When I look at my friends, I don't care what culture they're from. Love color. I love, especially with the human race. I love the animal race. But long as colors just penetrates me, it just makes me want to fly.
And look,
makes me want to fly, baby.
Exactly.
Hey.
You know, and you remind me of the quote in the Bible where it says that look at the lilies of the field. They toil, or I can't remember the exact words of it, but they don't toil, they don't work hard, but yet they are always dressed beautifully with all kinds of different colors. So if God can take care of them, and they're here today and gone tomorrow, surely He'll take care of His children who He made different colors.
And many
none of us had a choice of what color we were going to be when we were born. I didn't have a choice. You didn't have a choice. There's not one person on this earth that could choose how they were going to come into this world. None of them. So to me, to debate that fact of racism because of the color, it's just pure ignorance. I'm sorry. It's pure ignorance.
It is past ignorance.
None of us had that choice.
It's past ignorance. It's very dynamic because the bottom line is, if you look at people of color, you are looking at the Creator. When I see beautiful talent and all of this, you know what I say? Oh my God, look at you, God. I'm saying this in my head. My God, you are magnificent. I see it coming through this talent. And it's a beautiful thing to be able to see that with your naked eye or the spiritual eye, whatever you want to call it. When you can see that in another person, it makes you just want to jump up and shout. And every time I see talent, I see the Creator. I say, look at you, God. I say, look at you working. You know, it's a beautiful thing. And I wish, I feel a little sad at times that people, especially the ones that are up there, well, we can say that God has blessed them to move up on a high consciousness level, to be setting, to oversee the economy, like we got our presidents and the governors and all of that, how they can just get in there and just manipulate so much and not really working to the point where, look, I know where I came from. I know I don't care how rich you were or how poor you were, but when you fulfill your destiny and you get to, like our presidents, because they're the highest, the presidents, the kings, and the the princes, they are on the higher consciousness because it was given to them by our Creator. But if they're not seeing through the Creator's eyes, we're going to have damnation like we got going on now. So I don't like to hear all this bickering and all of that going on with our leaders. That is, it's not spiritual. It is not godly. Straight up. So yeah, I want that until God getting divine order.
It's not. I just think you're right, and we all just need to realize.
We got to realize that, and the leaders got to realize that. They got to come off their high horse, get off the money train, and get on the spiritual plane. And on that note,
I mean, Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, stop the
You know,
frozen.
I just see beauty in every culture, The Japanese, the Spanish, and it's so beautiful because I work with all of these people, the Chinese, all of them, you know, and it's so hard, it's heartbreaking to see them going through some of the same things that we went through during slavery. You know, it's like we're not learning our lessons. And we have people, you know, I mean, a Michael Jackson who made a song, We Are the World, and he had all of the people there. That was so beautiful. It's so beautiful, you know, and it's the truth. That's all. Okay. That's it.
On that note, 'cause we could talk forever, Delane. You know, we get on subjects. On that note, would you share your favorite snack?
Okay. Now, we're going to do this monologue. We're going to
that's right. I am so sorry. The audience, Delane Vaughn is going to bring something so special to us. A monologue.
Are we having trouble?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
We're waiting.
Okay, one sec. Set it up.
Thank you again for watching I Am the New Set. Delane is setting up to bring an outstanding monologue to us. Hey, that is going to be exciting. Thank you again for tuning in to I Am the New Set. And I want to say this to everyone, now that while Delane is getting prepared, that please be very safe. Be very safe until we know this this virus is under control, serious under control, so we don't hear anything. But wear your mask either way while you out there, and you know, like we say our brother's keeper. So let's walk in the light on that. Hey, Delane. Delane Vaughn with his monologue. All right now. Can you see?
And I always like that too. It's by Thelonious Monk.
All right.
I first met Monk when I was playing with Coleman Bean Hawkins in Harlem back in 1944. Now, I always liked New York, and Minton's Playhouse was the place to be. I had been living in New York for about a year, still living clean, just sucking up the jazz scene, you know? And that's why I like New York, because it was a place that never slept like me. But the greatest feeling that I had with my clothes on was when I first heard B, that's Billy Eckstein, play when I just graduated from Lincoln High School in St. Louis, that's East St. Louis. And he came complete with Charlie Parker,
yeah, right.
Dizzy Gillespie, Sarah Vaughn, Bats Navron, Dexter Gordon, and Art Blakely. Now, when I first heard them, I said, what is this shit? I mean, it was music that was all up in my body. I'm talking about Sarah Vaughn matched the chords with her vocals. Dizzy Gillespie was unbelievable. And they looked at Charlie Bird Parker like he was the second coming. Hearing that music changed my life. Because that's what I wanted to hear. That was the music. It was like, it was so terrible, man, that it was scary. I just took it and sucked it all up in my bones. It was like they took me and put me in a box of firm titties, and all I could say was, damn, yeah, that's the music. So I was talking to Thelonious Monk, and I said, I wanted to play, around midnight. And every night when I would play, I would go to Thelonious and I would go, and I play every night. He'd look at me all evil-like, and he would say, no, that ain't the way you play it. All right. So I went back and I practiced some more and I played a bit, and I go back and I go, how did I do tonight? He would just go, I went back again. I keep going. I said, how about now? He said, boy, you ain't playing it right. Get out of my face. I said, okay. And then one night, I said, how did I do tonight? He said, yeah, that's right, son. That's how you play it. I was happier than a hog and shit, because I finally got the sound down, because it has such complex melodies, and you had to hang it together. And I was just elated that he said, yeah, boy, you played it right tonight. That's right, boy. Yeah. So, I still play it, when I'm practicing. Wow, midnight.
All right. Hey, Mom Davis, huh? Hey. Outstanding. Peter, Delane, you want to say something to Peter? Because he's going to go.
That was great.
Come here, I introduce you to you, because we were sitting up here and I didn't even get a chance to introduce you to. Peter, stand. Okay, now, great. Now would you do your favorite snack for us?
Okay. So I'm going to have to. Now this is going to be really simple.
Okay.
But it's a good one because it's very nutritious, it's very healthy.
That was nice, Miles Davis,
That was
huh?
very good.
He's very good.
Sounds just like him.
Didn't he?
Wow.
Delane is good.
Did I come and I want to go home? We got yogurt.
All right.
We got strawberries.
All right.
Big banana and banana sun.
All
Did I
right.
come and I want to go home? Deo, I said Deo. We got blueberries and I want to go home.
That's very food.
Yes. Very healthy.
This is called hava. It's a sesame seed. I've eaten most of it.
Okay.
All of this has nutritional value of antioxidants.
Okay.
All berries do. Especially blackberries, blueberries,
Okay.
and raspberries.
All right. What is this dish called?
It's called Delane's Yogurt Fruity, Healthy Fruity.
Got you, baby. Delane Healthy Fruity.
And it really is very simple, but it's so nutritious. This is a meal that could carry you through the entire morning or afternoon.
Okay.
Now, this is an organic, well, Gigi, you know I'm into organic.
Yes, you are.
Now, this is whole yogurt, but this is goat yogurt. I particularly like goat yogurt better because the milk stays in the animal a lot shorter period of time than it does from another animal like a cow.
The cow milk, yes.
So, but I have both. I'm not gonna. They don't carry organic goat yogurt, but that's my preference.
Okay, sweetie.
So this is very. I mean, you can do this in 10 minutes. Bowl.
Okay.
I mean, I would suggest you having a bowl.
Yes, for sure.
Take the yogurt, put it in the bowl. I usually have some music playing. Take some blueberries, put it in the bowl. I usually take a couple scoops. Add the raspberries. And we're going to cut the strawberries. These strawberries.
All right.
Did I come in? I want to go home. And you can do a little dance too, you know.
I hear you.
Add the sesame seed. Chop the bananas. This really is
All
you know,
right.
See all these wonderful colors. Look at that. Look at those colors.
Yes, yes, yes.
See that? We're talking
We're
about
talking
colors.
about her colors that make the
Blue,
meal even
white.
delicious. Huh? Yes.
Look at that. Look at that. Can you see that?
Yeah.
And then for protein, this is the bananas. The bananas are bananas have potassium.
Potassium.
Thank you. Thank you, Peter.
You're welcome, bud.
Walnuts. Extra. It has a lot of good things in it too. What are the walnuts, Peter?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. But that's it. And there you go.
Hey, that
I
is.
add a little cinnamon for flavor.
Okay.
And there you have it. That's
Wonderful.
my
Great.
favorite quick
Hey.
snack.
Hey, outstanding. Thank you. Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you for sharing that. Delane's favorite snack. I pronounce it again. Delane Fruity.
Delane's Healthy Fruity.
Delane Healthy Fruity.
I
Gotcha.
should say Delane's Healthy Yogurt Fruity.
Delane Healthy Yogurt Fruity. Perfect.
Yeah. It really is good.
Thank you. Well, you're going to have to definitely fix some of that for me one day. Yes, it looks delicious.
I would be glad to do that.
Thank you so much. So on that note, we're going to Peter. We're going to bring Peter in. Peter's going to tell everybody about himself. And I want to thank you very much, Delane, for you're chewing. You're still eating. You're just going to tell. I hear you, baby.
I'm so hungry, Gigi.
I hear you've been waiting, huh?
I certainly have been.
I hear.
Starving.
Okay. Well, thank you again, Delane. But I don't want you to go nowhere. Stay by your phone. I'm going to give you a call. And thank you again for coming on I Am the New Set. Okay.
Thank you for having me. It's the first time I've ever done anything like this. So, I really do thank you, Gigi, because you are always going to be remembered in my history books as the first of many things for me. From my career with the One My Valentine, because Gigi, we can't get anywhere without somebody believing in us.
Yes.
And you have always believed in me.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And
I've always seen your divine talent. It's beautiful, and the world will see it too.
Yeah, and that's so important because believe it or not, some people see it and they go, oh, I see it, but I wish I did see it. So
Yes.
you're one of the ones that have seen it and said, I'm going to help this guy.
I'm gonna let him shine, is what I said. Go ahead.
And I also believe in you because you're also a taskmaster. Because sometimes when we worked on that film or anything you do, you tell me you always enforce in me. You always go, well, Delane, tell the truth and shame the devil.
Oh, you remember
and
that?
People are going and listen, I a lot of times I say it myself. When I'm talking to people, I go, yeah, tell the truth and shame the devil.
Look like that little slang is catching up. Everybody, all my friends are saying that. I didn't realize it was catching people like that. It's catching up. What is the truth?
Yeah, they said, where'd you get that from? I said, that's a Gigi-ism.
Gigiism. Gigiism.
Recording in progress.
Welcome back to I Am The New Set. And we had a great interview with Delane Vaughn. And today we have Peter Austin, who is going to tell us all about himself and he's going to do 3 beautiful, outstanding songs for us as a musician, and he's going to also share his favorite snack. So, with no delay, Mr. Peter Austin.
Good evening. I am Peter Austin. I am a saxophone player and composer. I started playing the flute in high school, influenced and inspired by Ian Anderson from Jethro Tull. I was fascinated by Jethro Tull's flute, and that was my first instrument. Also, a friend of mine in high school who was the relative of a famous drummer, he gave me a drum set, so I started playing drums, actually. I played drums and flute. Then I went to high school with somebody who came from the classical world, and he actually is a famous composer in the classical world today. He was one of the first people in my life that I saw play the saxophone.
All right.
His name is Paul Dezen.
All right.
And his music has been performed by the Los Angeles Philharmonic. They had a group called One Foot, One Eye. It was really amazing. It was out of this world. They were all teenagers, but they were like a youth symphony orchestra players. After seeing them, something came to me, and I really went after music. I started taking piano lessons. I had a French teacher, and I had the need to improvise. I had like structure, classical training, but I had the need to improvise, and it caused me a lot of friction with my piano teacher. I also had a saxophone teacher, and after I met Mr. Dezen, I played in a number of rock groups and stuff. And at age 19, I had the opportunity to sit in with Mr. Stan Tracy, who was a member of the Ronnie Scott group in London. That's the most famous jazz club in London. And Mr. Tracy was a good friend of keyboardist Keith Emerson. I went to college for music for 2 years, but I graduated in something else. Actually, in my last year of college, I used to play with a gentleman named Riney Bryson, who was a disciple of Roland Kirk. That guy that plays like 3 saxophones at once.
Yes. And
I was very good friends with Riney. I've learned a lot from him. We had a band called King Biko X. That means King for Martin Luther King, Biko for Steve Biko, the South African revolutionary.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Let me ask you a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you play more? How many saxophones at once?
Yes, I can play 2 or 3 saxophones.
At one time?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
I just hate to brag about it.
No, hey, look, that's a gift.
Thanks.
And a gift the world should know about your gift. Don't ever hate what God has blessed you with.
I debate doing that because there is not. You can only do so much playing 2, 3 saxophones at once. It's fascinating, but you're limited.
Oh yeah, well, I gotta say that I love artists that can do that. I saw Alicia Keys do 2 pianos at one time.
Wow.
And it was awesome. So
wow.
Let's get back to you.
And you know what? I always admired Roland Kirk. He played like no one. Actually, Quincy Jones called him American music royalty, Mr. Roland Kirk. Of course, he couldn't read music because he was blind. I've been fascinated by him all my life. Well, then I was exposed to a band called Passport. And Passport has an incredible saxophone player. And he inspired me to think musically, because Passport maybe had the most advanced electronics that any other group had in that time. And actually, Mr. Doldinger is a highly respected film composer. So why didn't I finish my music degree in college? Because I changed my major into film. So I studied music, but I graduated with a degree in film production, and then I attended later on. I went to the American Film Institute, so I have a film career too. But I played with a number of bands. I used to play with a band called Edla, and our manager was Walt Kahn. Walt Kahn was the manager for Little Richard and the Temptations, and we struggled in the LA music scene for a long time. We once got to open for Fishbone and the Red Hot Chili Peppers at the Roxy. Oh man,
right.
I was so happy. I thought we made it, But the guys in the band had substance abuse problems, and it was nice to see the guitar player play with his teeth, and Neil would play with his teeth, and go crazy setting the guitar on fire. But I think Mr. Kahn got tired of us. Actually, due to that band and working with that band and Mr. Kahn, I got my first film directing experience. I directed about five music videos for the group for Mr. Kahn. Mr. Kahn died, and as far as I know, the guitar player is working at Starbucks in Laguna Beach. So I guess God works in mysterious ways.
Oh yes, for sure. And speaking of, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Gigi, please.
Well, speaking about film, you also find what do you call it in the film industry for finance?
I am a production consultant in the field.
Tell us about a production consultant.
Yes, that's what I am.
And could you tell the audience what that is?
You know what? I am basically a broker, okay? So since I had a career in cinema, let me tell you some of the things that I did. I was camera assistant to 3-time Emmy Award winner Charles Henry. That's how I got my feet wet. We did a number of shows and shot music videos, commercials, documentaries, short films. We did about 2 feature films. Then when I graduated from Charlie, I saved all my money and I bought my own equipment. I actually had a blimp Arriflex 2C, which is the exact copy of the camera that Stanley Kubrick used to film or to shoot Clockwork Orange. And I had a psychologist girlfriend that played an amazing trick, and she disappeared with all my gear. Mary, I hope you can hear me, baby.
Hello.
I know you did it.
You are exposed.
And you know what? She said in front of like hundreds of people that she has never loved a person as much as she loved me.
Okay.
She proved it, She proved it. And she was a beautiful, beautiful blonde that looked like Marilyn Monroe. She got me. She got me. And then when I tried to find her to get my gear, guess what? She is dead. And she cannot be found.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
you know what? I don't trust psychologists after that.
Okay. So as far as your consultant.
Let me tell you. Okay. Then after working with Charles and then having that after I bought my gear, I was director of photography for Rudy Ray Moore. They just made a movie about his film called Dolomite with Eddie Murphy.
Yes, I saw that. Very good movie.
Yes, I work with, and it's exactly the way it is in the movie. I mean, it was shoot. I got hit several times for shooting karate. And I got into working with him because of his partner invited me in. His name was Dr. Doc Watson.
All right.
He died. We worked with Jimmy Lynch in a film called The Day After. I did not complete the film because I was using my own gear, and they promised me a certain amount of pay. and when they didn't pay me, I bailed out. I'm sorry, Mr. Moore. You know, it's hard to find honest film producers out there in the independent field. But you know, I did work for him, and after that, because I worked so hard, I had no assistants. So as a camera person, cinematographer, DP, I had to load the magazines in the bathroom, inside the bag. You know, I was pouring in my own sweat, and they saw my effort, and they introduced me to a studio president, and that's how I got out of working in the set. They gave me my first large film to represent, and the name of the film was "To End All Wars."
So how did you do with that?
My father had friends in some very large oil companies.
So that was a successful deal.
No, it was not. It was not. I fell on my face, but after I failed, they gave me about 50 movies.
Okay.
And you know, I have represented in film finance the top 5 names in the industry.
Okay, very good.
Thanks.
So if people, as a consultant, how is there a way people can contact you?
Please check Peter Ossing, production consultant, film finance on LinkedIn. You can find me, and I'll answer. Send me a package. I got financiers.
Okay, now audience, you heard that, huh? So on that note, tell us before we get into your other music, you were
Yes, ma'am.
still working as a musician. As a matter of fact, I met you, about 6 years ago?
Yes.
With Rosalie Brooks at One of Performing. And,
Yes.
And definitely you went on, I mean, you still as a great musician.
Thank you.
That
Gigi,
we're the
thank
audience
you.
that get to hear your style. So tell us a little bit more as it regards you in your music, because I understand you got a new CD out. You're working with a whole new band
Yes.
now, and tell us about that group. You
know
and
what?
that group.
It's weird. I used to know this lady. Her name is Renee. Okay, Renee was an accomplished singer. She has some major label recordings in the 80s. Actually, her producer was Hal Davis. And I was given employment by Renee. She goes by Renella Moore or Basha. So I was working with her in places like that, Pomona, a music festival, in some club gigs. And through Renee, I met Dr. Mickey Osanki, guitarist, and he was involved with the founding of Hiroshima, the jazz fusion band. I started playing with them. Renee bailed out of the group, and I stayed playing with Dr. Mickey Osanki, an incredible person with an incredible musical vision, plays guitar extremely well, and I also connected him with, because of my job as a production consultant, I knew about a company that could sign us into Sony Orchard. So we have worldwide distribution through Sony Orchard, which is maybe one of the largest record companies in the world. They have 7 CDs, and my fifth CD it's called the Mountain Castle Band.
All right now.
The Mountain Castle Band. And we play in the Mountain Castle Band with session players that play with the Rolling Stones, Jeff Beck, Celine Dion, and my friend Mike Albert, who was guitarist with Megadeth, Santana, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and Frank Zappa. He has played with us in 5 records. Great friend. He has a project with Santana that I'm trying to get financed. And again, I'm very thankful to God because after struggling in music financially all my life, it gave me a career. Dr. Sankey pays us very well for the sessions, and we got international distribution. We are going to be on European radio next month.
Hey, congratulations.
Yes, I'm very happy.
Congratulations.
And also, I have 2 more gigs. Thank God. You know, talent is a relative issue, but I have God's blessing, and He opened other doors. I'm working with director Maurice Audreman, who's a veteran for at the Cannes Film Festival, and his father was a famous producer. So I'm doing a complete soundtrack for 2 movies for him.
Very
And
good.
this is why I'm always tired, you know, because I'm always practicing, and recording, and it's not easy, you know.
Very good. So recording, you want to tell the audience about your new sound CD and show them the CD?
Sure. This is with Dr. Sankey. It's called the Mountain Castle Band, and it has Mike Albert from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Megadeth, Santana, and Frank Zappa, Dr. Mikio Sankey, formerly from Hiroshima, and we got Chris Wanser, who's an experienced producer who has produced sessions and recordings for bands such as Deep Purple and also Christina Aguilera. Some of our brothers in the band, such as Gretchen Angel. She was reviewed by Downbeat magazine that reviews all the biggest talents in jazz music. And some of the other players record. One study with Jaco Pastorius, and they have done big sessions for like Celine Dion, Barbara Streisand, also Juliet and the Lakes. You know that actress Juliette Lewis, who's wild and crazy. She has a group. They did sessions with Christina Aguilera, Jeff Beck, and the Rolling Stones. So I'm very proud to be in their circles and to have the opportunity to play, record, and learn from all of them. I'm also recording. I got a project. I was, of course, I'm a student of John Coltrane and John McLaughlin in the Mahavishnu Orchestra.
Okay.
And I always had an interest in music from India. Of course, we all know the Beatles. You know, they played with Ravi Shankar and the sitar. So, you know, actually, that was my first experience with music. You know, I saw the Beatles at the Ed Sullivan show, and I really thought it was the apocalypse. I really thought it was the end of the world.
Hey.
Honestly. And I guess since then, I always had an interest in playing music from India. So I'm playing and doing a whole record with a professional sitar player, which is quite inspiring. You know, I'm a church-going person. I'm a Christian person, but again, the sound of the sitar fascinates me. I'm doing the music composition for director Maurice Audreman, and always practicing.
So tell us, how can they get this CD?
Okay.
Where is it? Downstream it where?
The band is called the Mountain Castle Band. You can see it on YouTube, okay? And the distributor is Sony Orchard. You can download it, you know. I don't know all the story,
yes,
to be honest with you, but please check us out on www.mountaincastlemusic. mountaincastlemusic.com.
You're in that audience. Okay.
Right, and that you can find us, do downloads, check where to go. Our distributor is Sony Orchard, and again, we will be getting airplay on European radio next month, which is next week.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, Gigi.
Thank you.
I appreciate this opportunity.
Oh, yeah, and on that note, unless there's something else you want to say regarding your as a musician, is there something else you want to say?
You know what? It's weird. I guess I'm frustrated for not being a scientist. I used to have dreams as a child of becoming an astronaut. It's weird, and I have aviation experience. This cost me a lot of trouble with my mom, but I have solo hang gliding, so I'm always thinking about aircrafts and stuff. So I have a very strong interest in aerospace. Why am I saying this? Because I like experimentation. My role models in music are Chick Corea, who just died. I was obsessed with Chick Corea all my life. to the point that it was an unhealthy obsession. I have studied every lick he played, and I hope that before I go into the afterlife, be able to reach that level
of playing music.
Yes,
I'm so sure.
Creating
the music.
Yes.
I'm so sure you are you're going there now. You're already growing
Gigi.
toward that right now.
God bless you.
So on that note, tell us. We know before we go into your music.
Yes.
I want you to give the audience a little insight on what you feel about this whole new opening. Everything is opening up again. At the same time, we're hearing these new surges coming up in India and etc. A couple other states. How safe do you think we really are? You as a musician, what advice would you give to the audience?
You know what? It's weird. I'll try to be as frank as possible because I'm not a political person.
Your own opinion, that's all.
Sure. Basically, this is my only advice. Stay healthy, stay with God, and you will walk safely.
Amen.
Too many people talking trash and misleading people and trying to confuse everybody to sound important. Stay with God and He will direct you.
Amen. So on that note, Peter, would you do 3 songs for us?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So.
Thank you. I'm going to play the piano. Yes.
Okay, thank you. And on that note, Peter is going to, while he's preparing to do his 3 songs, I want to thank you again for tuning in to I Am the New Set. And we'll be right back with Peter bringing you 3 of his songs and his favorite dish. Thank you again.
I'm Peter Austin. I'm a saxophone player. I am a first-time film composer, and I wrote this music for director Maurice Oderman, who is a veteran of the Cannes Film Festival. It's for you people too. God bless. This is my favorite snack. Why is this my favorite snack? Because it's healthy and it takes no effort to make. And this is my advice. Whenever you need a snack, take one of these bars.
All right now.
Also, I just played 3 songs. It's for director Maurice Alderman, who is a veteran of the Cannes Film Festival. I played it as a single piece because I thought about this music as a composition for a film, for an entire film, but they're actually 3 different pieces. The first section is called A Soldier's Tale. The second section is called Mercedes. And the third section is called Child Simon. I hope the music, I hope you guys, I hope your friends enjoy this music of mine. It's been an effort, and I thank God for the fact that I have this opportunity to write a film score. I'm basically a jazz musician and a saxophone player, but thanks to Maurice Alderman, I'm having the chance to write this is the first film score that I write in my life. I hope to write many, many more. Thank you. Good night.
Whee!
God bless.
Very good. Thank you, Peter. Thank you for being on I Am the New Set. Don't turn it off yet, Peter. I'm coming over. Thank you very much. Don't.
Again, this is the best snack you can find. It's easy to make, and it's totally healthy.
Hey now, thanks. I got to agree with you. Is it also energy bar?
Yes.
Okay, Peter.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to thank you so much.
You're welcome, Gigi.
On the show. Thank you for taking your time to come here and let the audience know who you are.
You're very welcome.
And playing that beautiful music. I was just telling them earlier that me and my kids, I would play classical music during dinner time. That's the only way I can get them to start understanding music, because they was into the hip hop and the R&B and all. But I wanted them to have all styles of music, and that is so beautiful. And it's a good treat. It's definitely a good treat, and I would tell every parent. I mean, I know it's up to you. Today's time is totally different, so I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say thank you. Thank you again for being on the show.
You're very welcome, Gigi. It's a pleasure to be in your show, and I sincerely value this opportunity.
Thank you.
God bless.
Okay. And thank you for being with us again on I Am the New Set. And until next time, stay safe, please.
Thank you
for tuning in to I Am the New Set, and I hope you really enjoy Delane and Peter. Delane gave us a magnificent monologue with Miles Davis. That was terrific, Delane, and along with the other songs were very, very nice too, but I really loved Miles Davis' monologue you did, and definitely special thanks to Peter, who brought us that soundtrack of a motion picture that he is completing, I think he said. But on that note, I want to do a song by a young lady, Amy Winehouse. She left us much too soon, but I love her music, I love her style, and this particular song is entitled Back to Black. All right now. Amy Winehouse. Back to Black, rendition by Gigi Green. All he left, no time to regret. I keep his stuff with the same old safe bet. my tears run. Get rid of my guy. You went back to what we knew, so far removed from all we went through. I dread when a troubled cry. My eyes are sad. I go back to black. We only say goodbye. I done 100 times. You go back to her, and I go back to. I love you so much. It's not enough. You love to blow, and I love to pull. That's life. Life is like a pie, and I'm a tiny penny. Oh, this wall inside. We only say goodbye. I died 100 times. You go back to her, and I'll go back. We only said goodbye when words I died 100 times. You go back to her, and I go back. Black, 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 black. I go back to. I go back to. We only said goodbye. I died 100 times. You go back to her, and I go back to. We only said goodbye. I died 100 times, and you go back to her, and I go back to. Black. Thank you, Tracy. Give me one reason, Tracy Chocolate. Give me one reason, outstanding son. See you, Tracy. Hey, give me one reason to stay, and I'll turn you back around. To stay, well, I'm turning back around. Said I don't want to leave you alone, yeah. You've got to make me change my mind. Baby, I got your number. Well, I know that you got mine. That I called you. I called you many times. You can call me, baby. You can call me anytime. You got to call me. And give me one reason to stay. Well, I'm turning back around. You can see me turning. Give me one reason to stay. Oh, I'm turning back around. Said I don't want to leave you lonely. You've got to make me change my mind. And I want I don't want no one to squeeze me. They might take away my life. I just want someone to hold me. Oh, and rock me tonight. This you for fucking love you. Oh, and give you what you need. I said this you for fucking love you. Well, and give you what you need. But I'm too old to go around chasing, wasting my precious energy. Give me one reason to stay here. Oh, not jumping around. Give me one reason to stay here. Oh, not jumping around. Said I don't want to leave you alone. You've got to make me change my mind. Baby, just give me one reason. Whoa, just give me one reason why I should stay. Baby, just give me one reason. Whoa, just give me one reason why I should stay. Said I told you that I love you. Not ain't no more to say. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for liking us. And now everybody's getting back out again and we're getting a little freedom. Let's pray that it stay that way. Okay, if not, we're going to still be bringing it to you in home live. Yes, we will. Never know how much I love you. You never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's so hard to bear. Yeah, give me fever. When you kiss me, fever all through the night. Fever in the morning, fever all through the night. Sun lights up the daytime, moon lights up the night. I light up when you call my name, 'cause I know you're gonna treat me right. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning, fever all through the night. Everybody's got the fever. This is something you all know. Fever is such a new thing. Fever started a long time ago. All right now, come on. Romeo loved Juliet. Juliet, she felt the same. When he put his arms around her, he said, Juliet, baby, you're my flame. Now give us fever. When he kissed it, fever, proud from you. Fever, I'm on fire. Oh, why would all right now. Captain Smith and Pocahontas had a very mad affair. And when her daddy tried to kill him, she said, Daddy, oh, don't you dare. He gives me fever. When he kissed me, fever when he held me tight. Fever. Daddy, mistress, Daddy, won't you treat him right? Now you listen.
listen to my story. This is not just all that's me. Chips were born to give you fever. It's been a crazy way. They give you fever when you can still fever when you're living. Fever. Tell your sister what a lovely way to be. 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 Thank you. Thing I don't need is any more apologies. I've got sorries greeting me at the front door. And you can have them. They don't open doors. They don't bring the sun back. They don't fish on morning paper, and they don't make me happy. Didn't nobody start using tears to wash cars because of sorries? Oh, I didn't know I was that important to you. I gotta throw some of it away. I can't get to the clothes in my closet for all of the sorries. Sorry this, sorry that. Oh, I didn't know it was like that. Oh, you know, take a walk down the dark and dusty street in Brooklyn, because I am going to do exactly what I want to, and I am not going to be sorry for any of it. You have always been insecure, doing things and then being sorry. Beating my heart to death, talking about sorry all the time. Sorry this, sorry that. No, I am not going to be calm. I am not going to be nice. I am going to scream and holler and break things and tell all your secrets about yourself to your face. And I will list the details of each and every one of my wonderful lovers. I left you on purpose. I was open to you on purpose. I still crave vulnerability and small talk. You know, I'm not sorry for you being sorry. You know what? You can carry all the guilt and grime if you want to. Just don't give it to me. Because I don't use apologies anymore. You should admit that you are mean, low life, trifling. And instead of being sorry all the time, try being yourself. And for tuning in to another show of I Am The New Set. Please be safe out there. Definitely, as we are our brother's keeper. So let's watch out for each other. Be kind to each other. Wear your mask if you didn't take the shot. Consider others as well. Again, we will be continuing the show, even if everything opens up again. We will still be here along with our upcoming film, One My Valentine, Space the Intangible Reality, and of course, your support, your love. Love us, like us. Let us know that you appreciate us so we can keep bringing in you great talent that is willing to show you love. Love us on YouTube. Love us on Facebook. Love us on Instagram, LinkedIn. The whole world. We send you love. Again, thank you for tuning in to I Am The New Set. Until next time, thank you. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed day.